You can hear your fucking beer go.
You can hear it? Do I need to move it? Then we'll just do it like this. However you had it. Is that how you had it?
That's the loudest gulp ever.
Welcome to Bears and
Boards.
Bears. It's beers, not bears.
I'll never switch up, yeah, I swear I'll never change, dog. When you see me, know I'm rolling with the same squad. About to tear the Indy native to the grave, dog. Hey, dog, a motherfucker about to take off. Take off, yeah, I'm taking off. I ain't even tryna flex. I'm just
Welcome to Beers and Boards, episode 4. This week we have Collyn with us because Cain could not make it due to work.
Hi, guys. Yeah, I'm Collyn Carson. Pleasure to be here and filling in for Cain.
All right, well, first things first, we're going to jump into the beer of the week. We have a Mexican-style lager from Sun King Brewery called Pachanga. I'm probably saying that wrong. But, you ready?
Yeah.
It's not bad. It's definitely not better than the Qualvanza. You didn't have a chance to taste those.
Not bad. Not a hoppy. That's what I'm glad about.
We'll touch back on that, obviously, at the end. Guess we'll hop right into NFL. Game 1.
Game
There
one with the Dallas Cowboys and New York Giants.
Thursday night game, yep. Dallas Cowboys ended up winning 20-15. It was a shit show. Flags everywhere. You said you didn't get to watch it.
Yeah, I didn't catch none of it, but I got to look it up and see highlights and see a little bit about it. And yeah, it's kind of embarrassing for the Cowboys, even though they came out victorious. But
The only thing that was good that you could really say about the Cowgirls was the fact that
they won the game.
they won the game and their run defense was actually looking really good. They literally held the Giants to 26 total yards.
Yeah, but Devin Singletary, he's streaky. He had 14 carries and only 24 yards.
Didn't he used to play for the Bills?
Yeah.
So you're being a little biased there?
What, saying he's not
Streaky.
that good? Streaky? Yeah. But he has
Oh, so you are being biased.
No.
So no. Rico Dowdle, he's a beast. He's looking really good. The more he gets to play, the better he looks for Dallas.
Yeah. Rico Dallas definitely should be their number one, but I think Zeke's still starting. Or no?
Zeke didn't start.
No?
Zeke didn't look good at all.
His longest carry was for 9 yards, Rico Dow.
Yeah, well, he racked up 46 carries.
Yeah.
They were doing a lot of passes. CeeDee Lamb made a lot of big plays.
Yeah, he had a longer run than Rico Dow with 10 yards.
Yeah, well, regardless, I'm talking about the receiving side. CeeDee Lamb was putting work in. Jake Ferguson was putting work in. He was trying to get Brandon Cooks involved more, like I've been saying he needs to do, but Brandon Cooks just couldn't hold on to the ball.
He only had 4 targets, 1 catch for 16 yards.
And a lot of the throws that Dak did make to him,
Sure
he was
they were.
being covered.
Either covered, and then just thrown away or something.
Yeah. But Cowgirls won. It was a sad win. I really want it counted a win. The refs had a big part of that game, even though the Cowgirls had a majority of the flags.
I mean, they did have 2 touchdowns. I mean, that's
Giants didn't even get 8
in the first half. Second half, they're looking like they're a little weak in the second half of the game.
Yeah, well.
The Giants, they only put up field goals, 5 of them. But obviously, it was a close game.
It was.
I'd actually like to see the Giants win a game.
It was a really good defensive game. But enough of that bullshit. Let's go on to the next game. Next game we want to talk about
You want to talk about that Denver and New York Jets game?
Sure. Broncos end up winning 10-9 because the Jets kicker didn't hit that last second field goal.
Right, but it was rainy and it was just not the best weather. And Bo Nix coming out and beating Aaron Rodgers, like that's a MVP
Yeah, not
quarterback.
passing. Look how many passing yards Bo Nix had.
I mean,
60.
but he's still managing the game. He's still under center, still
Yeah.
making the plays that is needed.
I think Denver's defense, went nuts.
Well, clearly, it's a 10-9
Yeah.
game.
But Aaron Rodgers he threw for 225 yards, so
And
it
is
still
that-
looked good.
Did it look good? Or is that a touchdown and just a missed like 2-point conversion, or is that just two? Like, did they even get in the end zone? Let's see here. No,
Right?
and it looked like Garrett Wilson might have had a turnover, a fumble.
They hit 3 field goals, and that was it.
Aaron Rodgers was very upset, and you can tell that I don't think he's really happy with the New York Jets.
I think he likes being with the Jets.
Him and the coach, I don't think are.
Well, if you're going off that one little clip
Well,
where
that,
last
but
week
then-
when he scored the touchdown and they pushed him off of him instead of
Yeah.
giving him a hug. Yeah, he said it was because the coach is always saying don't celebrate until you're up 2 scores.
You should celebrate every touchdown you get, even if you're down by 20, 21, if you're down by 30, you should celebrate. I mean, the NFL is still a tough league to score in. They're professional athletes. Like,
But look how even Aaron Rodgers was spreading that ball out. Tyler Conklin, 8 targets. Garrett Wilson, 8 targets. Alan Lazard, 8 targets. Mike Williams, 5 targets.
and that's what you should get from a veteran quarterback. But that's also a lot of passing and not to get in the end zone. Like,
Yeah. Braylon Allen and Brees Hall didn't do much. Dang, Brees Hall only had 4 yards. I didn't even realize that. Aaron Rodgers had more rushing yards than Brees Hall. That's
crazy.
That's no bueno.
He did have 10 carries. I was wondering why he didn't do so hot on my fantasy.
You got anything else to say about that game?
No, other than Aaron Rodgers was also in
Here,
defeat
hold on,
and
we
had
gotta
the towel
pull this
over
up
his head
again.
at the end of the game.
We gotta pull this guy's name up again.
Lil Jordan.
You got it up on the back. My head was blocking it last time. We got to show it off this time. Look at it.
Lil
Lil Jordan Humphrey. Not Jordan Jr. Not Jordan Humphrey the second. Lil Jordan Humphrey.
You know, it is after the NFL, his calling is to be
Right.
a rapper. Lil Jordan.
He gonna go by Lil Joe. Lil Jordan.
Lil J.
But Denver ended up pulling that one out the bag with
Big upset, I would say.
yeah, and New York fucking it's horrible when you lose and you should have won. That field goal should have went in.
Greg Zuerlein, ever since that injury, he's been a little streaky.
Well, streaky seems to be your favorite word today.
Yeah.
So I want to go next to this game. Colts versus Steelers. Steelers come into our house 3-0, and they leave with a loss. It's about damn time. It wasn't a pretty game.
It wasn't. And for you guys to lose your starting quarterback,
He'll be back. I think it was just precautionary. There was like, let's not take a risk. And Joe Flacco did just fucking fine.
he really only had 4 attempts. Was that early in the game, first quarter?
Yeah.
So, but he needs to quit running the ball. That's what happens. You start running the ball, and it's already happened once. He needs to start getting down.
It is what it is. He needs
Like
to
right
keep,
there,
no,
he got
he needs
down
to keep
and
running the
slid
ball,
in.
but yeah, he needs to keep sliding. And they didn't call the penalty
Right.
because he slid late.
And he was a runner, so he was a
But Joe Flacco came in, and I was happy with how he did.
yeah.
168
Another
yards,
veteran.
2 touchdowns.
He's a good veteran. He did good in the Browns in Cleveland. So
Justin Fields had 312 passing yards.
if you can take Cleveland to the playoffs, I don't see no reason why he shouldn't be able to take Andy.
go.
Just saying.
Justin Fields, though, he had 312 yards. Everybody was blaming Justin Fields for the game, but I don't think you can blame him. Oh, I also want to touch on the Colts. Our starting center was out. So we had a rookie center who hasn't played a snap in the NFL yet.
Yeah.
And he came in and he handled business. And it was like Bortolini or something like that. He handled business. JT goes another game, getting more than 70 yards, 88 yards. Anthony Richardson rushes for 24. Jake's shitty because he lost a parlay because of that. He needed him to have 25.
Who was that? Oh,
Anthony Richardson. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Trey Sermon still looks bad. I don't think Trey Sermon looks good at all. Alec Pierce only had 2 targets, 1 caught for 9 yards. He might be going back down the totem pole in receiving core. Josh Downs showed up. He looked good. And Pittman actually showed up.
Yeah, and that's what you get from a veteran quarterback. Like, he's going to spread the ball out to everybody. He's going to try to find the open guy, go through his reads, and
And this is the last time I'm going to say this about the Adonai Mitchell. If you don't fucking catch the ball, we need to trade him. Get rid of him. He can't fucking catch. He's got one more game to piss me off.
he is a rookie, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean, he's just getting his feet under him, and not
If
everybody.
he doesn't catch a fucking ball, and Anthony Richardson ain't off the hook yet
He
either.
heard some footsteps.
Because he needs to fucking
Anthony Richardson, I think it's about.
He's
time
just
for him to
super
go,
inconsistent.
honestly.
No, not time to go.
Uh,
Not time to go. I ain't that far off on him yet.
no, he's already hurt again for the second year in a row.
He's not hurt. It was a precautionary thing. They just didn't want to take a chance of a big injury happen. He'll be back next week.
Okay.
Same with JT.
Unless they're just trying to be cautious and not get him hurt again, they might let Joe Flacco eat because Joe Flacco won him the game.
Yeah, well,
Could you say the same if Anthony Richardson was in that game? Would they have won?
yeah.
You think so?
Yeah. But
Joe Flacco didn't run the ball either.
Yeah, he did.
Well, if he did, it wasn't.
3 yards. Ran twice, got 3 yards. But
He runs in desperate situations. Anthony Richardson, I think, sometimes just trusts his legs more than his arm, and he.
it's clear he does. That's when he throws some overthrown passes all the fucking time. It's like he should. That's
has
the
a
time
good
he should
arm.
be running. What?
He's thrown really good passes though too. Like
Well, yeah, but
are
he's-
human, so
that's the
he's not
issue. He's
gonna-
inconsistent. That's the only issue. If he can get his consistency down, he'll be fine. But on Pittsburgh side of the ball, George Pickens getting 7 receptions for 113 yards. That's a day. He just needed a touchdown.
yeah,
Najee Harris fucking catching the ball 3 times for 54 yards. Pat Freiermuth, I forgot how to say his name. Freiermuth,
Fairmouth or something like that.
something like that. He showed up. He's an older player. He actually looked good.
I really think he's in his like 5th season, I believe.
I don't know what season was he in. He's been in the league for a while.
No, you're right. It might have been 8. He might have got drafted the same year as
20. No, he got drafted in 2021.
Yeah, so this would
I thought he was older than
This
that.
would be his 5th year.
But other than that, not much to talk about. It was an ugly win, but a win's a win. 27-24. Colts pull out the W. All right, next game we're going to talk about will be.
You want to hit that belt to ass game, or you want to get a couple more in there? What about your guys' division game? How about that? The Jacksonville and Houston.
Houston won. I don't want to talk about it. But Jacksonville sucks. But I don't want to talk about Houston winning.
But they barely won. So
We'll touch on it. But first, we got to pull out the belt to ass game of the week, baby. In Washington, Commanders coming in and smacking Arizona. And Arizona's not a push around football team anymore.
no,
They got a decent little team now.
they got a good. I like their head coach. They got a good head coach, and they got a good. Kyler Murray's just a good quarterback. Like he's consistent. He's
Washington's coach or offensive coordinator, Kingsbury,
yeah, Cliff.
Kingsbury. That was Patrick Mahomes, or not Patrick Mahomes, Johnny Manziel's offensive coordinator. His first season as offensive coordinator at Texas A&M, and he brought Johnny Manziel.
Yeah.
So if he could do that with what he did with Johnny Manziel, if he can,
But you see what happened with Johnny Manziel.
well, that's just because he was stuck in a party phase. Have you watched a documentary about it yet?
yeah,
That boy's fucking.
yeah, he's a partier. Yeah,
But Jaden Daniels currently leading for Rookie of the Year, which Colin thinks he's going to get.
for sure.
I think it's going to be
He's-
Malik Neighbors.
He's doing things that quarterbacks don't do in their first 4 games of the year. So completing passes like at 82%, which is number 1 in the league right now. And then even in the history, like he's doing things that quarterbacks haven't done. And then he's also being really smart. Like he went 26 for 30 and 1 touchdown. He did have an interception.
I want to touch on that real quick. What you said, real smart. That's fucking Anthony Richardson does not make smart passes. He tries to force fucking stuff. Jaden Daniels is making smart passes. You're
Yeah.
right there. I agree.
He takes what is given to him, and then if he doesn't have anything, he does scramble a little bit. And he's a smaller guy, so he just has to be cautious and not take any big hits. And I think he'll be Rookie of the Year for sure this year. Like I said, his passer rating is QBR is 89.5, so that's really good. Compared to Kyler Murray in that game was 28.3. So
But I do want to touch on Brian Robinson Jr.
yeah, what about him?
Beast.
He's
21 carries for 101 yards.
Yep, and a touchdown.
I don't even know who Jeremy McNichols is, but he had 8 carries for 68
Yeah, that was
yards.
They were running all over him. It was just a dominant win. Like you couldn't stop him.
Nah.
Clearly
Clearly they didn't stop him. 42-14. That's a belt to ass for sure.
Big second half too. Big second half.
And you lucked out because if it wasn't for the Commanders smacking Cardinals, you picked the wrong week to join. Because otherwise it was going to be the Bills.
Yeah, I know. He wanted to make it the Bills game so bad. Which I was okay with whatever. They got destroyed. I'm sure we're gonna talk about it.
But I also do like seeing James Conner coming back from having a couple of bad seasons. Not his fault, but Arizona's fault.
It looked like they just turned to the running game because obviously Kyler Murray. Actually, he went 16 for 22. And he had a touchdown too.
Those weren't big plays.
For just taking what was given.
I think
to him.
Marvin Harrison Jr. had their first touchdown that game.
Yep, he did. I think and James Conner had a touchdown.
But 5 receptions for 45 yards. You're basic. You are the wide receiver number one. He's got to get more than 45 yards. He's got to get more than 6 targets.
Yeah, but I mean, he's a rookie and he has a big name, so he's trying to live up to his name, and it might be backfiring just a little bit his rookie year. But I'm sure he'll come along and be great.
You see, little Christian McCaffrey's little brother. He got him a little catch in for 17 yards, 1 target.
Yeah,
Terry
Zach
McLaurin did
Ertz.
good.
I don't know who that guy is.
I can't pronounce his name. It's like Zachusis. 6 receptions for 85 yards. That's the best. Yeah, so clearly the run game was really carrying the Commanders.
He had 233 yards passing. Jaden Daniels.
Yeah, that was a fucking ass beating. Anyways,
Definitely an ass whooping.
Commanders won that one 42-14. Let's go ahead and talk about the Colts division game that I know Collyn wants to talk about. So
Yeah, I mean, this was obviously you'd like to see Jacksonville win this game if you're a Colts fan, but Houston and C.J. Stroud, man, he's gonna be. He was good. He was Rookie of the Year last year, right?
More than likely.
Yeah.
More than likely. I don't remember if he won it or not.
And yeah, I believe he did. And he had 345 yards rush or passing.
27 for 40, so he's above 50%.
Yep. So,
Two passing touchdowns. I hate C.J. Stroud.
yeah, I would too if I was a Colts fan because they're probably gonna dominate that division, which is kind of crazy because everybody thought Trevor Lawrence was going to be top dog in this division, and he has not. He's not shown.
That entire organization is not doing what they were supposed to. Look how many different running backs they went through.
Yeah.
Tank Bigsby, Travis Etienne, Brian Thomas Jr., Dearness Johnson. Who is going to be running back number 1? It looks like they don't even know.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's Travis Etienne and Tank Bigsby 1 and 2, but I think Brian Thomas, he has a chance to take over too. I think he came from Washington.
Well,
No, he's been
I
there.
think of Brian Robinson.
Oh,
I think of Brian Robinson. I think this Brian Thomas is a rookie, ain't he? Yeah, he was a rookie
yeah, okay.
at LSU. But
Anyway, yeah, I mean, they actually had 90 yards, or who was it had 90 yards rushing? Tank Bigsby.
Tank Bigsby.
On
He's
7
on
carries. On 7 carries. So what he averaged 12, almost 13 yards a carry.
He's on my bench.
And he might go to number 1.
I hope he does. But he got Christian Kirk involved, 7 for 61. That Brenton Strange, that's a tight end, that 3 for 19. Brian Thomas Jr., 6 for 86. So that's the best game they've had this year.
I wish I could convince a lot of quarterbacks in the NFL to start throwing to their running backs. Like, swing passes are just like
Like I'd be doing
check
in college
downs.
football.
No, it's like that's what Travis Etienne did when he was even in college. Like,
Well, they did a lot of that. They did a lot of that 2 years ago too.
Yeah,
That was 2 years ago. Yeah, they did a lot of that 2 years ago.
that's why I say these coaches and these play callings, they get away from what their players are good at. I feel like for instance, that play for Buffalo. Like, why did they run that trick play after having all that momentum? Like,
I don't know. But I got a question. Joe Mixon, did he get injured? He didn't have a single carry.
I gotta tell you, like I said, I didn't get to watch most of the game.
Well, for some reason, Cam Akers had all the carries. 13 carries for 53 yards. I don't know. Is Mixon injured? But let's talk about Stephon Diggs. 5 receptions, 69 yards.
Yeah, Diva Diggs. That's why the Colts might have a chance to win this division, is because he's going to complain about those 9 targets he had.
Nico
He
Collins.
didn't get a touchdown, so he's mad.
Nico Collins had a hell of a game again.
And he should.
12 receptions, 151 yards, and a TD.
Yeah, he definitely
Nico
killed it.
Collins
He's on
is-
my fantasy.
He's eating this year.
He ate last year, the end of last year. He was putting up numbers just like that.
But The Texans took that one 24-20.
Good one for them.
Yeah, no.
Division game.
I didn't want them to win that at all.
Well, no, you didn't.
Let's talk about this one right here. Blow this one big in the background real quick.
It's all right. They're going to come back and still win the division. So, Derrick Henry's had his way with us since he was in Tennessee. So,
can they see this score? You see this over here? Buffalo Bills, 10. Baltimore Ravens, 35. Damn close to being the belt-ass game of the week, Collyn.
but it wasn't Ricky.
That boy's upset.
Yeah.
Them Bills. You gonna send me a text during the Colts game talking about you guys are good to choke.
And they almost did.
And what happened? Your team didn't even stand a chance.
They did, actually. In the third quarter, they had all the momentum in the world.
But what happened?
They,
Almost and should-be's don't matter. It's final score, baby.
They ran a flea flicker, and Josh Allen surprisingly didn't get hurt on the play because he got absolutely demolished.
Josh Allen had 180 yards passing.
Yeah, really.
That's
really
crazy. He's usually 200 plus. Lamar Jackson had 156 yards passing. Talk about a run-strong game. That boy Derrick Henry, 24 carries for 199 yards. Let's pull a video up real quick.
By the way, Joe Mixon is day-to-day. He suffered an ankle injury week 2.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Here you go, Collyn. Relive this moment.
Yeah, let's watch it. Hold right there on Taylor Rapp.
No hold. Look at that. 87-yard touchdown. First offensive possession for the Ravens. He looked back.
First play of the game.
Yeah, no, it
Or
wasn't.
did Buffalo start with
Buffalo
the ball?
started
Yeah.
the ball.
Still, first play for Baltimore. He took off on us, and
How do you feel about that?
it is what it is.
You ain't got nothing to say about that?
A good run, Derrick Henry. You're 250 pounds and
How much does he weigh?
and probably about
247, 6'2"?
250 pounds, and he's 6'2", and he's a giant.
That's a big boy.
I wouldn't want to get in the way of him.
Nope. James Cook couldn't get it cooking.
No, he could not.
9 for
Josh
39.
Allen couldn't get it cooking. Their offense just didn't even look like they were a whole different team out there.
Khalil Shakur.
It was a home game for Baltimore. They were hype, and they wanted to obviously take down a team that's 3-0. Like, it's your goal. Like,
Yeah.
it's to be, especially not to be biased or anything, but Bills have been Super Bowl contenders with Josh Allen there. So, of course, they want to go out there and try to beat them. But I'm sure we'll see
They
him
did
again.
more than beat.
We'll see him again in the playoffs.
beat.
We'll see.
Beat their
And
ass.
we'll probably see him again in the playoffs.
If you guys make it.
Yes, you're right. I mean,
But
anyway,
Khalil Shakir,
Shakir, he went
4
4
receptions.
catches on 5 targets for 62 yards.
Mm-hmm.
He averaged 15 yards a catch, and Keon Coleman out there went 3 on 4 targets.
And the one he
3 for
dropped,
4.
he shouldn't have dropped.
Right. He
Josh Allen put that right in his
Right on the
fucking
numbers.
hands. He just dropped it. That's crazy.
Yeah, 51 yards. And
Dalton Kincaid, like I said, Josh Allen been listening to the stream.
Let's hope if he does, if he is listening, hopefully he can start cooking with James Cook and start dishing it out to the running back.
Mac Hollins is getting targets now. Mac Hollins,
Instead
you
of-
guys picked him up from Atlanta. I love Mac Hollins.
Because one thing James Cook is struggling on is helping block for the quarterback. That's why
You think they're going to ever get Curtis Samuel actually involved?
he was involved. He had 2 targets. I mean, they got him involved on a flea flicker,
8 yards.
and he was quarterback for one play that killed the whole momentum.
Yeah, but
On
he
the what?
should have never even flipped it to fucking Josh Allen. He set Josh Allen up to get destroyed.
Well,
he
no, I
should have
think
just kept it and ran.
The
at
whole
that
idea of
point.
that play is I think Josh Allen, if you pull it up, but that flea flicker play, Josh Allen I think he was supposed to roll around, and then instead, because it was such a bad flick, it was such a bad toss that he just went back the other way and just didn't and got hit, got the ball stripped. From what I hear, you didn't see it, but I heard Keon Coleman was wide open downfield.
We'll find it anyways. Bills, here you go. Hold it.
I'll turn it to a W next week.
Bills take the loss. Baltimore Ravens win 35-10. Glad that happened.
Yeah, who cares?
Any other games you really want to
Guess
touch
what?
on?
Miami's playing tonight. Jets took a L, so it really didn't hurt us in the division. We're still number 1 in the division. Baltimore needed that win. Said it's a business, so we'll see what happens.
Are you saying it's scripted? I heard that it's a business and
It's definitely a business, and
scripted.
I think so. But
Cain's gonna be pissed when he sees that part.
you would say the NFL's a $1 billion company, right?
It's a business, 100%.
And so Baltimore needed that win.
I definitely think they go to
stay close in
I
their
don't know
division.
how much they go towards like
Still
completely selling games, but I definitely think that they have some say in making it more enjoyable to watch, like trying to make it more like, oh my god, I can't
But
believe
it's
that
not,
happened.
especially when you see it's really not more enjoyable to watch. I'd rather see blowout games sometimes if it wasn't for.
Well, yeah, like Washington smacking the shit out of Arizona.
Or even this game, but like
Yeah, Ravens
But
smacking the shit out of the Bills.
it was kind of one sided, like, and at least it was more. I feel like it was more legit on the play call or on the refs. Like they called it like a legit game.
Yeah.
It wasn't-
If you had seen that Dallas game, all the flags, it was literally, I was trying to watch it and I was.
Because I'm sure on that Derrick Henry run, if they wanted to, they could have threw a flag.
Well, yeah, you could always find a
Yeah.
flag. On any play in the NFL, you can find something to throw a flag on.
Yeah.
Nice guaranteed. Cain beat me on that week for picking. Obviously, we're not going to pick this week because Cain's not here. But we are. You got anything about fantasy you want to talk about? Anybody you
Yeah,
want
I
to
mean-
watch? Anybody you think people should be watching? Maybe picking up, maybe getting rid of? I can tell you right now, I'm getting rid of Christian Watson,
Well, in our sleeper league,
which is a dynasty.
yes, our dynasty. Because I know Deontay Johnson, even though he's on the Panthers, Deontay Johnson has turned it up. He has they put in what's his name at quarterback now? It's not
Andy Dalton.
it's Andy Dalton now instead of
The Red Rifle.
instead of Bryce Young.
That should have been happened.
Yeah, and ever since that happened, the wide receivers have came alive. They've been scoring. They just probably their defense is just not very good. So Trey Tucker, he's a sleeper for sure. But on my fantasy team, I'm willing if anybody would like Jaden Daniels, and it's a fair trade, and it's something I need. Like right now, I would probably say a couple better wide receivers for Jaden Daniels, and then I can just go find somebody.
Who was the top quarterback?
Really, Josh Jacobs, though, in fantasy-wise, like for Green Bay, he has not produced this year.
Josh Allen was still ranked number 1.
Probably. I don't.
Then Lamar Jackson, Kyler Murray, Jalen Hurts, Jaden Daniels.
Josh Allen is he's been number 1. That's what's so crazy to me about this fantasy, or the MVPs they choose. Because Josh Allen has been number 1 in fantasy, which is from your numbers in the league, from your games, your stats. And he's been number 1 in fantasy for the past 4 years. And this will make 5 if he ends number 1.
So is there anyone that you think that you would trade? Like if you had them, like not just off our league, like if you like any play, like for instance for me, I have Christian Watson obviously, but he hasn't done shit this year at all. And then first, he gets back in with the first
So you're
game.
just trying to really get
Jordan,
Would you trade him?
yeah, I would, because Jordan Love I was waiting. I was like, oh, it's just because Malik Willis is in, right? Malik Willis is a scrambling quarterback. I don't expect Christian Watson to get a lot of points. Jordan Love's first game back, and he gets fucking injured in the first quarter.
Yeah.
And gets me 0. Well, there you go, goose egg.
So he got hurt again.
Yes.
Oh wow.
Christian Watson did, not
Yeah.
Jordan Love.
Oh, Christian Watson. So you're gonna nobody's gonna trade him though. That
Why?
makes sense.
Somebody might take him, but I'm just saying he's somebody I'd look at getting rid of. I'm looking at getting rid of him. But other than that,
Christian McCaffrey. Let's talk about Christian McCaffrey. When's he gonna come back and start playing?
Christian McCaffrey will come back.
He'll come back, but at that time, if you can get good trade value for him, he will probably be.
He'd be a good one to try to pick someone else.
You would
up.
need like a Saquon Barkley for him or somebody if somebody's willing
or
to
a
take that
first round
risk.
draft pick and another player.
Like in my eyes, I'm only taking a number 1 or number 2 guy, top 5. I'm taking a top 5 guy and the running back, or number 1 quarterback, or Christian McCaffrey. Because even when he comes back, like, will he stay healthy, or will he produce as much? Like, he is getting running backs range from what they say their best years or their first 3 years.
Yeah, running backs don't last that long typically. All right, let's dive into this bet for next week. I obviously don't have Cain here to help me out with it. So we got Collyn, which he might just blow it on purpose. Pick some stupid shit.
No, do that, bud.
We've got first week, we got Tampa Bay versus Atlanta at Atlanta. I'm going to let you take this first one. This is a Thursday night.
You're going to let me pick the first one out of
Right
Either
here.
the over under or just the
Oh, you
money
could do
line.
over under. You could do money line, or you could do a spread.
I like in
But
that,
you
I
can
like
you
that
can
taper
also
game.
change. You could change the spread, or you could change the over under.
Well, actually, I kind of like where the over under is at right there, and I like the over. But if you want to make it a for sure bet, I would take 40. Make it 3 minus over 40 though.
You think over 40 points? That's what you want?
Or I really like Tampa. That's a division game, right? We look at that
Mhm.
earlier. It's a division game. So actually, division games,
Atlanta's leading their division, and Tampa's at the bottom of it. Or the other way
the
around.
other way around.
Tampa's leading the division, and Atlanta's at the bottom.
No, I don't think they're at the bottom either, though. Are they? Yeah,
Tampa's at the top.
Yeah,
Oh,
Falcons
and
are-
Atlanta's is second. Yeah.
What to say? That's
All right.
Panthers.
So all right. Buccaneers, Falcons. What do you want to take here?
I'd either take. It's at Atlanta.
That it is.
I really just like the over on that one.
You want to keep
I
it
don't
at
wanna-
43.5, or do you want to bump it down to 40 like you said?
Or take it 42.5. I like 43. I don't like the 44. Really, that 1 point matters because
That fucking burp is loud.
Should be right here. We're gonna go over under alternate spread. No. Alternate total points. Here we go. What you said you wanted it where?
over 40. Or well, really, let's do 42.5.
42.5, so 43 points
Yeah.
total scored that game. I hope you're right.
Gonna see why not. Both those offenses have been on fire.
Jets at Minnesota. Does Minnesota stay undefeated? I don't think the Jets can beat Minnesota.
But it is Aaron Rodgers, man. He's coming off of a big kind of L. He usually comes off of a big L, and then, like I said, if you want to say it's a business and everything, like,
Minnesota looks good though.
but they're undefeated, right?
Yeah.
And they're
4-0.
This is a time for Aaron Rodgers to prove who he is and what he's about.
I agree, but I just think they don't got enough in them to. I just don't think they have enough. I think actually Minnesota beats them by more than 2.5. I'm gonna take Minnesota beating them by a touchdown. You don't think that's gonna happen? I can't wait to text you after that game. All right, Ravens Bengals.
It's that Jets defense is tough, really.
Yeah, I know.
It was a low-scoring game, and they just barely lost to. I mean, yeah, not a very good team, and obviously Minnesota. This is where Aaron Rodgers is. I'm telling you, he'll come alive. Next game, Baltimore and Cincinnati. This is going to be a tough game. They always have a good game. It's another big game for Lamar. It's a big game for Joe Burrow because they haven't won a game yet. I don't think they're 0-4, and it's a division game.
And it's at Cincinnati, and Baltimore's favorite. You just seen what Baltimore did to fucking Buffalo.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, just because that's one week, and you saw the shot Lamar Jackson took, right? Went airborne and got smoked, fumbled the ball.
Yeah,
He
I
didn't
seen
feel
it.
good
I
after
seen
that.
it. But guess what? This is a whole week away.
Yeah, but not enough. It takes one more hit just to get him back to feeling like shit again. But I like the under. I like the
Under 51?
Yeah.
I like that bet. Buffalo Bills at Houston. Houston's got a good football team, but I do not see Buffalo losing this game. I'm taking Buffalo straight
against
up.
Diggs on
Yeah.
that team, like,
I see Josh Allen coming out and like, fuck you, dude.
and I see also the defense, like they put up a shitty performance, so they're gonna want to definitely come back and
Oh yeah.
not do
Colts Jaguars. That's you.
That's funny. You picked my team. I get a pick. It is another division game. It's a big game. Obviously, I think Jacksonville just kind of
We haven't beat Jacksonville in a long time.
and it's at Jacksonville.
It's a tough game.
Yep. Give me the Colts plus 3.5.
Plus 3.5.
Yeah, I like that game ended by a field goal, or just 3 on the dot. Or can you do 3 on the dot?
It'll void it if you win that.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So
yeah, do 3.5. It's already at 2.5, and I said plus. Yeah, right there, plus 3.5.
Yeah, I like that. All right. Then we got Cleveland Browns versus Commanders. Fucking Jaden Daniels is taking Deshaun Watson to the massage parlor and showing him how it's done. It's going to be a bad beating.
You think for who?
I think Commanders are going to smack the Browns.
Yeah. It's in Washington.
I think it's going to be so bad. I think they win by 10.
Is that another division game? Check the division real quick. That's AFC and NFC, obviously. Yeah, never mind.
I think Washington beats them by 10. He said, soon.
I'm saying, man, it's the National Football League.
Anything can happen. I know. I get it. Ooh, you get Carolina versus Chicago. Ew and ew.
I honestly, I know there's gonna be some mad Bears fans, but I think Andy Dalton and them figure it out and pull this game out.
Hell yeah.
I'm just gonna take Carolina on the money line.
Fuck Caleb Williams. Cardinals,
I think they
Niners.
get their one win. This is the perfect chance for them to get that one win. Bears defense is not looking good.
Cardinals, Niners. Niners should beat them, but I think it'll be closer than what they think. So I'm gonna take Arizona to plus 7.5.
I like that bet.
Raiders versus Broncos.
You know, man, give me the. I think they're on their high horse, but I think they come off of it this week against the Raiders. I think.
It's at Denver.
Yeah. Up there in the mountains. Give me the Raiders plus a touchdown.
Winning by a touchdown?
No, plus a touchdown. So if they already start with 7 points, not minus a touchdown.
Oh, not losing by more than a touchdown.
Yeah, not losing by more than a touchdown.
So 7.5.
Yeah. I think it'll be another close game.
I think Gardner Minshew gets the job done. But that's a hard game to pick. Because either one of those teams can just have a day. Packers and Rams. Rams at home, and they're still not favorited.
And you just said
Christian Watson's out.
Willis, though. Malik, right? Malik Willis.
No, Jordan Love's.
Oh, he is back?
Yeah,
Okay.
Jordan Love's.
I still think Malik Willis played a lot better than what I've seen Love. I know Love.
That's just because Malik Willis has the ability to run the ball really well.
The decision making, though, too. He made real good decisions in that one game he played in.
He played 2 games, I think, 2 or 3. But yeah, I think you gotta go. It's the Rams. It's not the Chargers.
Correct. That is correct.
Well, I was thinking of Justin Herbert, but Herbert's with the Chargers. Both Los Angeles teams are blue and yellow. So stupid. Anyways, I think you.
I thought you take the under on that. Really?
Yeah, we'll do that. Giants versus Seahawks. Danny Dimes versus Geno Sitton.
Come on, just go ahead and pick it for me if you would like, because that's going to be Seahawks Nation. No. What?
You think the Seahawks are beating the Giants?
Yes.
You want them just straight up?
Yeah. Or I can really see them beating them by 2 touchdowns. But I ain't gonna-
And then this is the last one. I got Cowgirls versus Steelers.
You like the Giants?
I think the Giants beat Seahawks.
What?
But we got the Cowgirls versus the Steelers. The Cowgirls look like absolute shit.
So it's any given week, though. Any given Sunday.
I'm going Pittsburgh. Straight up.
You think they're going to go 5-0?
No, they just got beat by us.
Oh, they did just get beat. That's right. They were. Damn.
5 to win 14 grand. If I hit that, you'll get some of it. I'll give you $1 or $2.
$1 or $2. You're a fucking dick. I'm sure all mine will hit and yours will be all the ones that missed because you picked one that was real sketch. Will Levis only has 25 passing yards.
Yeah, Jesus.
I think it's still early in the game.
Who scored for the Titans? It wasn't Hopkins. I have Hopkins getting a touchdown. It's all right. It's all right.
Ridley plus 40 down to Hopkins plus 40. Man, you think Will Levis is that guy, huh?
I was going to come out slinging that thing. It's already 80 yards combined. But I had him getting over.
But to those two guys, I mean, they are the best on their team. But
either one of those guys can make a play happen. But anyways,
one of them's getting doubled, probably.
It's time for our final beer review. Were you able to finish yours?
I'm about to. We'll have to check it.
You got a drink left in this field.
Well, I'm not.
You got a little more than me.
Okay.
All right.
I liked it. It was pretty good, actually. I was actually surprised.
I don't know what makes it a Mexican-style lager, but it's good. It was a little cold going down, so it made my eyes water.
Mine too. But it is really Good. It kind of reminds me of a Modelo.
Yeah.
Really, it
I
really
agree.
does. Wish I had another one.
Sun King Brewery, not bad. I mean, it's. Could you drink that any day? Like, you think if it was like.
I could definitely see myself drinking that at a Mexican restaurant, eating some tacos, and
Yeah, you can see yourself drinking something like that around a fire during the fall. Just hanging out
Yeah.
with family. Yeah, I think I could.
it is a little heavy though, almost like.
I feel fat now.
Yeah,
I feel fat. I might be.
you can drink like 3 or 4 of those, and
Yeah. That's what I mean by it's heavy.
that burp was probably loud. Huh?
Yeah, probably. That's really it for this show.
Well, good.
That was a quick one.
I enjoyed it too. It's fun.
You gonna come back with me and Cain?
If there's enough room.
We'll adjust the lighting. But yeah, that was Beers and Boards episode 4. Thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the little bell, get the notifications on, and don't forget to let us know what you like, what you don't like, more what you want to hear about. If you got a certain beer you want us to talk about, certain team you want us to touch on, certain player, anything, let us know. Thank you, Colin.
No problem.
It was a lot shorter than our normal ones, I feel like.